about my evolution as an option seller.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of people, yourself included, that have been putting bugs in my ear over the years saying, hey, owning shares isn't capital efficient.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, but shares don't expire. Options do, right? That's kind of the battle that we've been on, right? So right now, as the portfolio sits,
Mhm.
I don't own any shares
Mhm.
of anything. An option, it feels fucking good.
Yeah.
No, it feels liberating
Mm.
because I'm like, oh my God, Neo's up $1. Oh my God, Neo's down $1. Oh my God, SoFi's up $1.50. Oh my God, SoFi's down $1.50. And it creates this anxiety.
Mm.
And if you're not going to buy or sell that underlying today, why are you so worked up about it?
Mm.
So owning so many shares, no matter how you want to slice and dice it, I have come to the conclusion, forget capital efficiency or deficiency, inefficiency, whatever the word is, it gives a shit. I make a lot more than a fucking English teacher. So I make my own fucking words here, okay?
Yeah, yeah, shit.
I'm
Ain't
just,
nothing wrong
I'm just fucking with y'all. But I'm not saying be rich and dumb. That's not what we're promoting on this. But no, but what I'm saying is it messes with you emotionally because you're seeing your portfolio bounce up and down whenever you own 500,000 shares of a certain stock.
Mm.
So my thing is now, like, I'm forming a new, it's like sell put, sell cost, collect premium, roll when it makes dollars and cents. That's kind of like the taglines for the channel, right?
Mhm.
So one of the other taglines that I'm kind of branding, if you will, it's not about owning stock. It's about knowing how to make money off that stock.
Correct.
And it's not about an allegiance to a certain company or a certain stock or anything of the sort. It's about, can you make money with that ticker? And how can you mirror the deltas? Because when you own a share, it's one delta, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
One share equals a delta of one. That's just the way the math works out.
Mhm.
So there's a way to create that type of exposure, but maintaining the flexibility of not tying up all your capital and all of your emotions. Granted, that's a job though, because you can own shares, you can set it, forget it, go live life. Look up 10 years later, and Amazon does Amazon things, Apple does Apple things, and all those things, right?
Mhm.
There's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
That's also why I have my 401k and long-term holdings accounts that I don't do anything with on options.
Mhm.
But on a trading account where I want to sell options, I think for me, it's about, I want to maximize the amount of money that I can make, but I want to minimize the headache as well. And I'm going to tell y'all right here, right now, on the record, for the record, truth be to God, owning shares is a big fucking pain in the ass.
Mm.
It is a pain in the ass, and it's more work. And let me tell you why. Because now I got to go look at all the earnings reports. I got to thumb through the 10Ks. I got to thumb through the 10Qs. I got to look for the filings and all this other shit, so I can really stay abreast of the situation.
Mhm.
I put my strangles on. I'm just playing price wars with the market. I maintain my familiarity with these stocks, with these companies. I do the Cliff Notes version of the earnings, and
Mhm.
earnings seasons and stuff. And I'm in the middle of an earnings season right now. We all are.
Yeah.
Bro, 0 earnings calls have I listened to. I'm serious. I'm being dead serious because at the end of the day, I have my goalpost. This is the goalpost. This is the put. This is the put. This is the call. This is
Mhm.
the goalpost. And I need the share to get kicked right down the middle, right? Or it doesn't matter. Just don't hit the bar. You follow me?
Correct.
Don't go outside. Don't go wide left. Don't go wide right. That's it. And then I just adjust the goalposts. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. The wider the goalpost, the less the adjustments, the less the credits. But as I'm in this project, I start off here, right, with my goalpost. And then I get the first roll, second roll, third roll, fourth roll, fifth roll. And before you know it, it looks like that. And I'm like, dude, the ball just got to stay in the air, bro. And I'm good. And my expiration date is now like 21 days to expiration. That's really my expiration date now. Why? Because I want to eliminate the tail risk. I want to eliminate the gamma, right? Because gamma not your friend. It's the accelerator of the delta. And when it's going your way, it's great. When it's not going your way, it's not great at all.
Correct.
So I'm just tired of the 500,000, $1 million fluctuations in the portfolio, net asset, net liquid value on a daily basis. So it's been about a week now, roughly since I went no shares, portfolio fluctuating less than $100,000 a day now, and trending up and to the right, all-time highs. Again, it's just I'm finding my path, and I happen to be documenting the journey. This is not financial advice. This is not me telling anybody here, hey, dump all your shares and do short strangles. None of the sort. I'm just sharing my journey. Never on this channel have I told y'all, hey, you should put 75% of your net worth in SoFi. Thank me later. Trust me, bro. Source, right? I've never done any of that. I did it, really worked out. You should have done it. You follow me? In retrospect, you should have done it. People thought I was crazy. Now I'm sitting on an extra $4 million that I didn't have before. So it's really awesome. For me, I saw the opportunity, I pounced, but now I de-risked. Right now, I'm like, okay, I want all the exposure to SoFi, but I am not interested in owning all of those shares. So how can I maintain the exposure? I want all of the exposure to Riot. I believe in what they got going on over there.
Correct.
I have to own a bunch of shares to have that exposure, to be in the game. You know, so it's just, again, it's just my evolution as a wheeler, as an option seller. And I hope y'all can appreciate the candor. But option, what I want to do is I want to learn about you. How did you get to a point to where you're like, you have no interest in owning shares, bro? Because there's not one stock that I can tell you about at any price that makes you be like, oh my God, I want to go pick up 100 shares.
No.
So how did that happen for you? And then we'll look at the portfolio and kind of go from there.
Well, you know, like from when we first met, I always told you my worst experience was Mara. Right? Yeah. And it just scarred me when it was trading at 80 something dollars, and you know I had like 600-700 shares, and you know I don't have a huge account, so if I'm thinking, well, okay, I can get 600-700 shares. I'm into the minors. I'm gonna go with it, and we saw what happened to it, right? And that was it for me. And, you know, I just, you know, coming from the tasty mentality, I just got more creative and started realizing like, hey, I can create synthetics, right? I can create synthetics. And by creating synthetics, I'm still getting the same exposure, but it's not costing me that much. And I don't have to really worry about those, you know, that tail risk. And we just going through a moment in the stock market, just go down the way that it did. And now I'm holding all that risk. I don't have to do that anymore. So it's like, yeah, I probably never really own shares no more. And if I do, it's maybe I got to sign through, maybe the stock going down or whatever.
You became a long-term investor because you didn't have a good entry point, bro.
Yeah, definitely. But from that, you know, I'm like, okay, if I do pick up shares, it's because I got to sign, but definitely I'm gonna get rid of them, you know, once I kind of sell calls and strangle my way out of it and do whatever I need to do. But I just don't see it. And it's not capital efficient. You know, when you can do much more, you know, with the account size I have, I can do the same thing everybody else is doing, you know. It keeps me in the game longer.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just stemming through these comments and stuff. We're gonna get into it, guys. This is gonna be a special episode for you guys, so that I can really peel back the curtain and how I've gotten to this point. because now, I don't know, I just like spitballing, right? I was like, I looked at the size of the portfolio and I was like, this again, well, I'm on the Robinhood platform at the time.
Yeah.
I think I can make $500,000 a month. I remember that Bill White was on that screen right there. Shout out to Bill White. I think I can make like $500,000, bro, and just selling cash secured puts. I was going through the wheel tracker, and like 80% of the money was made on cash secured puts anyway, and covered calls was just a pain in my ass. Owning shares is awesome, dude, from the standpoint that, I own SoFi at like $5. Adjusted cost base is negative collectively of like negative 11. And then you ride that shit up to 20, $25 eventually. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. But there's a lot of work involved because of the strategy that I use, right? Like owning shares and then just letting them ride. Like on SoFi, on the actual app, I own like 105 shares only, something like that, 103, 105, because I use my rebates from the credit cards. And that shit is up like 100 and some percent. I can pull it up right now. And I haven't done anything because you're not allowed to do anything over there. So, SoFi keeps matriculating up and to the right, it's going to keep going up and I don't have to do anything. So that is something that there's something to be said for that, right? So like if I click on Max, 136% all time.
Yeah.
Again, it's a small number because they only gave me a $4,000 limit on the card. So I can't do much with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then this app is horrible, dude. Like I can't even figure out how many shares I own. Yeah, dude, this SoFi app, bro. Oh my God, it's just not good. Don't get me wrong, everything's here. I just don't know how to use it. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, okay, cool. It'd be real cool if I just knew how many shares that was, but I guess I could just do the math. But that being said, and I'm sure there's a way, I just don't know how to do it. Yeah. But the thing is, here it is, 103.64 shares. My average cost, I don't even know. Oh yeah, my average is $9.10 on this particular game. And when the rebate's there, I transfer it from the credit card to the active investing account. And I just type in SoFi and I push the number like 2 or 3 times or buy, sell, whatever the hell the little thing is. I got $18 in credit right now. So I can go buy like almost 1 share right now. And it's a little bit of a hassle, but you can get the trade done, right?
Yeah.
And it's cool and it works. I showed you all that it works. 130 some percent. Probably had that credit card for a couple of years now. Okay. It's my daily driver, bro. Like whenever because it doesn't have a big limit, so I don't like going out there with the Discovers and the freaking Amex Platinum and having that freaking number all over the place.
Just get a little caught. Yeah,
you're not causing me a lot of harm with 4,000, right? Yeah. And I'll call SoFi and be like, hey, some fool freaking stole my card or however that works. It's not a big deal. It's $4,000 to me.
Yeah.
And then maybe SoFi helps me out. Maybe they don't, but that's why it's my card.
That's something I would think everybody should be doing.
Bro, I used to do it with my Capital One.
Yeah,
I used to do it with my Capital One because I have one since college. And I think I got 2 Capital Ones actually. One of them's only got like $2,000 or $3,000 limit. That was always my daily driver. Like, before I had the Tesla, like put gas, go to the grocery store, whatever. Just always charging up that little card and then paying it off every couple of weeks because I'm maxing it out all the time, right?
Exactly.
But nobody's gonna harm me. And then you're dropping off the card at the rental company. You're dropping off the card at the hotel. You're not going to do a lot of harm here with this number here. Hell, I'll post that number on the fucking you ain't harming me with no $2,000 or $3,000. But I ain't putting out my fucking no limit American Express Platinum. You know what I mean? That could hurt. That could hurt. Not just financially, just psychologically, because now you're pissed off about it, right? 2 or 3 grand. I'm just, fighting with SoFi a little bit, trying to convince them that it ain't me.
Yeah, that's it. Damn right.
And moving on, right? Moving on. Go dust off the Capital One Venture card. Because my go-to until SoFi get their shit together. But anyway, that's the thing, man. It's just an evolution. Again, there's a comment here where all the CEOs of our portfolios and all that stuff. It's true.
Oh yeah.
You gotta do you, man. Again, I'm documenting my journey. Mitt has documented his beautiful journey. But as content creators, if you will, even though I'm real small time compared to like the meat Kevins in the midst of the world and stuff, I don't ever want to like impose my beliefs on anybody. You know, I'm a Christian man, dude. I believe in John 14:6, right? Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father except through the Son. That's what I believe. And I believe that it doesn't end well for you if you don't buy into that narrative.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. But I'm not going to impose that belief on you. It was an individual decision for me. You got to figure it out for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a lot like option selling. Like I'm showing y'all that selling calls and collecting premium works, and rolling what makes dollars and cents really works because you're able to erase a lot of mistakes, right? Like rolling kind of like the magical eraser at times, right?
Yeah.
It can also be the magical compounder, right? Because it can compound mistakes. Mm-hmm. So it's like a double-edged sword. So again, I've documented that journey for you guys, but never have I told y'all you can't make money buying leaps. And I've shown y'all that I've made a lot of money buying leaps on the channel, a couple $1 million if y'all rolled the tape. Mm-hmm. You can buy the timely leap and make a lot of money too. So if you can play the role of the gambler. If you have enough time on your side, you can do it, halfway responsibly, if you will. When you see a depressed asset class and you're like, dude, it doesn't make any sense. Like SoFi, dude, a lot of the money that I made on SoFi was actually on leaps. It wasn't through the strategy. It's just like buying leaps, and they just printed and printed and printed. It was like I was swing trading leaps there for a while because the opportunity presented itself.
Correct.
Never made a lot of money with leaps on Riot. I had to earn that win over there. I had to sell the puts, calls, and stuff because the IV was always too high. So it really wasn't conducive for leaps. Mm-hmm. It wasn't an asset class that was conducive for leaps. I got real lucky. I made a lot of money with leaps on TSLL and Tesla. That doesn't normally happen either because they're higher IV. When it's higher IV, you want to be selling premium. You don't want to be paying premium, right?
Correct.